Think you're eating healthy and working out, but the scale won't budge? All right, let's be real. Losing weight shouldn't feel impossible. But if you've been trying and nothing's changing, there's a good chance you're unknowingly sabotaging yourself. The worst part? A lot of these habits seem totally harmless. Some even look healthy. So if you want to stop spinning your wheels and actually start seeing results, let's break down the 14 sneaky habits that are messing with your progress. Some of these will shock you, and number 7 is something almost everyone does. Yet it's one of the biggest metabolism killers out there. 1. Skipping meals. Skipping breakfast or lunch to save calories might sound smart, but it actually slows down your metabolism and sets you up for failure. When you go too long without eating, your body panics and starts holding on to fat. Plus, you're way more likely to overeat later in the day. Ever wondered why you crave junk food at night? This could be why.
Why I've changed my mind, I used to often skip breakfast myself. And I think as new data has come out and as I've talked to a lot of experts on muscle protein synthesis, and I've come to this conclusion that not getting enough protein in that really important meal after you've been fasting all night, we don't store amino acids. We need a constant source of it. And when we don't get amino acids, we start to experience muscle breakdown.
2. Relying on diet or low-fat foods. You see low-fat or sugar-free on the label and think it's a better choice, right? Wrong. These products are often filled with hidden sugars, artificial chemicals, and preservatives that mess with your hormones and make you crave more food. Some diet foods actually make you hungrier. If it comes in a package and claims to be healthy, it probably isn't.
Some of the oldest data on this go back to the 7-country study by Ansel Keys. And what he found was, there's a lot of heart disease out there. And of all the countries that I've looked at, it seems to be in the saturated fat group. And if you really look at his study, there was a Mediterranean group that had low heart disease when they had high fat, but unsaturated and low saturated. And there was an Asian group that had very low fat, both unsaturated and saturated. How about if we just say low total fat, and then saturated fat will be part of what gets lower? And that was a mistake. That oversimplification was a mistake.
3. Not eating enough protein. Protein is a game changer for weight loss. It keeps you full longer, boosts your metabolism, and helps build lean muscle. But many people don't get enough. If your meals are mostly carbs and fats, you're missing out. Try adding eggs, chicken, fish, or plant-based protein sources to every meal.
We basically tell people aim for 1 gram per pound, which would be 2.2 grams per kilo. Not all protein is created equal. If you're getting a reasonable amount of your protein from plants, you're getting a lower bioavailable amino acid. You're also not getting the same quantity of leucine, lysine, and methionine, which are probably the 3 most important amino acids anyway.
4. Drinking sugary beverages. Soda, fruit juice, fancy coffee drinks. These are some of the worst culprits when it comes to hidden calories. But what about smoothies? Some smoothies have more sugar than a can of soda. If your drink is loaded with fruit juice, honey, or flavored syrups, it's not as healthy as you think. Stick to water, black coffee, or drinks without added sugar.
Now, there have been some studies that found little or no association between weight gain and sugar-sweetened beverages. However, most of these were funded by the food industry, including the American Beverage Association, which actually changed its name from the American Soft Drink Association. In fact, a 2007 review of more than 206 scientific studies found that if the food industry funded the study, there was up to an 8-fold likelihood that the study findings prove favorable to the food industry. Big surprise, right?
7. Not getting enough sleep. This one's huge. This is the one most people overlook, but it's one of the biggest reasons for weight gain. When you don't get enough sleep, your body produces more ghrelin, the hormone that makes you feel hungry, and less leptin, the hormone that tells you when you're full. That means you'll crave junk food, have less energy to work out, and store more fat. Fixing your sleep could be the biggest weight loss hack of all.
I definitely noticed the change in my appetite, and the evidence is really very strong now that when sleep gets short, unfortunately, it will lead to a waistline that can expand.
8. Not drinking enough water. Think you're hungry? You might just be dehydrated. Your body can mistake thirst for hunger, leading you to eat when you don't actually need to. Plus, water helps boost metabolism and flush out toxins. Aim for at least half your body weight in ounces of water per day.
Well, here's the real deal. If you want to take those pounds off, you want to lose weight, you're having a hard time controlling yourself with your cravings of your sugar or your sweets, Take a full glass of water about 15 minutes before you're about to eat your meal and drink it down.
9. Not managing stress properly. Stress raises cortisol levels, and high cortisol means more fat storage, especially around your belly. If you're constantly stressed out, your body is in fat storing mode. Meditation, exercise, and even deep breathing can help lower stress and keep your weight loss on track.
Struggling with unexplained weight gain? It could be stress. Here's how. Stress disrupts sleep. Poor sleep increases cortisol. High cortisol affects weight. And the result is subtle weight gain that's hard to lose. Even with diet and exercise, stress can sabotage your efforts. So manage stress for easier weight management.
10. Overestimating calories burned from exercise. Just because you hit the gym doesn't mean you can eat whatever you want. Many people overestimate how many calories they burn during a workout and end up eating more than they should. Exercise is great, but weight loss happens in the kitchen first.
So there was a study done back in 2018 which showed that smartwatches at that time underestimated energy expenditure during exercise by 28 to 93%. Meaning, if it was like 93%, that means it might have said you burned 500 calories, and in reality, you burned like 260. That's a big freaking difference. So if people were looking at their watch going, well, burned 3,000 calories today, guess I can eat 2,500, when in reality, they only burned 2,200, now they're eating 2,500 calories. They think they're in a deficit. Actually, they're in a surplus.
11th, not eating enough fiber. Fiber keeps you full, stabilizes blood sugar, and helps with digestion. If your diet is low in fiber, you'll feel hungrier and crave more food. Load up on veggies, nuts, seeds, and whole grains.
Do we have a 10-year randomized control trial of giving people, enough fiber versus not enough fiber and seeing health outcomes? No, and we'll never have that. But do I feel very comfortable saying that I think fiber helps reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease and cancer based on the data we have? Oh, yeah, I feel very comfortable saying that.
12th, not eating enough whole foods. If most of your diet is processed, you're not giving your body the nutrients it needs to burn fat. Focus on whole, nutrient-dense foods to see real results.
The best diet is eating whole, natural food. But what is whole, natural food? It is food that your great-great-great-grandparents will recognize as food. Instead of eating hams or hot dogs or processed protein powder, eat actual cuts of meat, eggs, fish. And instead of eating store-bought ice cream or chocolate, make your own healthy sweet desserts using whole natural food like banana, dates, and coconut milk. If you eat whole natural food, you will naturally be optimizing your body's metabolism, hormones, and gut health, which makes it easy for you to build muscle and lose excess body fat.
13. Consuming too much alcohol. Alcohol is loaded with empty calories and can make you crave junk food. Plus, your body burns alcohol before fat, which slows down fat loss. Cutting back can make a huge difference.
If you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to put on muscle, like what kind of effect does the alcohol play in holding some of that back?
I think it's hard all around, right? I think it's the calories that come with it are huge. The knockoff effect it has on eating other crap you shouldn't eat. And then truthfully, you feel worse. It's a performance. So you don't perform as well.
14. Not eating enough healthy fats. Fats don't make you fat. Bad fats do. Avocados, nuts, olive oil, and fatty fish are great for weight loss because they help keep you full and support hormone balance.
Fat has been demonized for 50, 60 years in Western culture, that it will make you fat, it'll make you have heart disease. And now you guys, I think, are slowly catching on to the fact that this is all based on fallacious research that was cherry-picked. That's not real, okay? Fat is good for human beings. And by when I say fat, I'm not talking about trans fatty acids like in margarine, and I can't believe it's not butter. I'm talking about real saturated, made by God fat, like bacon, like butter, like bacon grease, like egg yolks, good fat, okay? The way that good fat helps you is that it's very satiating, it's very satisfying, it's very filling.
Now that you know the habits that could be sabotaging your weight loss, which one surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're serious about burning fat, check out one of these 2 videos we have here to help you along your wellness journey.